Here we are with another This or That Thursday. This week we're going to be talking about two different types of sergers, which are going to be a cover stitch or an overlocking machine. So in front of me here, I've got the Janome CoverPro 3000 Professional and the Bernette b64 Air Threader. Both of these machines are going to be fabulous, but they do two very different jobs. Now, the Bernette b64 does the stitch that we typically expect a serger to do, which is an overlocking stitch. So the overlocking stitch looks like this, where it cuts off the edges, makes them nice and pretty, and typically uses 4 threads, sometimes 3, sometimes 2, depends on what you want to do with it. But this is going to be the one that does like your side seams on a garment, helps you do your binding, oh man, well, it'd be cool if it helps you buy stuff, but this will help you do your binding on your quilts, and it also just helps you make anything that you're working on have a clean professional finish on the seams. Now, the Janome CP3000 over here does a cover stitch. So a cover stitch is what you typically see on the bottom of like a t-shirt hem or something like that. This right here is an example of the 5-threaded version of what it does, where we used metallic thread to actually show you the fun fancy stitch. This one you usually see on like some of those fun expensive leggings and things like that. This really makes the edges look nice and pretty. What I love about both of these machines is that they're both very easy to thread, but they look very different once again. So the Bernette b64 is going to have your upper looper, your lower looper, and then your 2 needles. And when you thread it, hard to do that backwards, you can see you've got 2 slots for your loopers here. Now, on this one, you've got 3 spots for needles, 1 for a looper, and then 1 for the decorative one on the top. So when I open this up, you can see there's only 1 looper in there. So there's not that much stress with threading, because otherwise it's just like threading a needle on a sewing machine. So both of them are pretty easy to thread. They both also have the arm attachment, which I really like. I can slide that off and I'm able to do sleeves or the cuffs of pants really, really easily, which especially on a cover stitch machine makes it super easy for you. And then of course, they both have a nice big footprint, so I have plenty of room to work. And as always, Janome and Bernette love putting out extra accessory feet, extra goodies, things to make your life a lot easier depending on what you want to do. So for instance, the B64 has something like a gathering foot or a blind stitch foot that you can get. Whereas on this one, it even has something to help you with binding for quilts, which is awesome. They both are going to be a fantastic machine depending on the job that you want to do. I definitely recommend coming into one of our locations and giving them a test drive, because that's really, really fun. And I'm just curious, do you have a cover stitch machine at home? What do you use it for? Same with the overlocker. Sometimes people think of really creative ways to use them, and we love to hear them. Thank you for joining me again. Be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube, and we will see you next week for the next This or That Thursday.